And now we're going to drop an E with Somnambulist Internationale and Radio On.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Road runner, going faster miles an hour. Gonna drive past the Stop and Shop with the radio on. I'm in love with the modern world. Massachusetts when it's late at night, and the neon when it's cold outside. I got the radio on, just like a road runner going around the highway. Like a road runner. Now what do you think about that, you guys? Radio. Good. We got the AM. Radio. I think we got the power, got the magic now. Radio. We got the feeling of the modern world. Radio. We got the feeling of the modern sound. Radio. The sound of the modern.
Then the disc on the stereo twanged off and out, and in the short silence before the next one came on, she suddenly came with a burst of singing. And it was like, for a moment, oh my brothers, some great bird had flown into the milk bar, and I felt all the melanky little hairs on my plot standing endwise, and the shivers crawling up like slow melanky lizards, and then down again.
I believed that time travel would be a possibility in this psychic sense. The way to do so would be to sink very deeply into yourself and to concentrate and focus the mind totally upon your objective. Time does not really exist. Time is not, as we think, a one-way street.
We are trapped in a vicious circle where every action generates further action.
This vicious circle is known as birth and death, and it is driven by never-ending cause and effect.
The mystic talks about the fleeting world and affirms that a man of knowledge needs a fluid philosophy.
The terms used have dynamic connotations. The word is from the root, a reality which is alive in the words.
The growth is motion and progress. This unformed, immortal moving, associating with it transcends all forms.
A new meaning.
The idea of interconnections to human situations came to signify the never-ending chain of cause and effect in life, which had broken.
In expressing the mythical language, if I did not engage in action, these worlds would perish.
The cosmic dancer is perhaps the most perfect person. Dance the world. Participate.
A magnificent image. General picture emerging, moving, everything ever changing.
All forms exist only as illusory concepts. His last idea, the impermanence of all forms, is the starting point taught.
All suffering arises from our trying to cling to form, people or ideas, instead of accepting the world as it changes.
The world lies at the very root of the words.
A wonderful formula. The ceaseless mutation and transformation. A philosophy of change. Reduces souls to sequences and processes and adopts reality.
This world of less, literally in motion, they affirm that there is nothing in it which is worth clinging to.
Right there, facing out that way, like, or in the way or whatever. Just that there. Could do better. Yeah, let's go in.
You've got your mainstream here, right, at like 14 inches, yeah? That's your general fashion masses, top shop, what have you, masses. Get masses, right? Then you've got your, here we go. Then we've got your semi-detached bohemians, your students, your weekend clubbers. They're out here 18, bit of individuality, not much, but a bit. Then you've got vanguard, right? And the avant vanguard couldn't give a people think of them.
Unless you flesh and drink, you will have no life in you. Have you contemplated what the symbols represent?
I am your body, the totality of your blood.
There can be no life in you, no future. If you fail this time, you will fail the next. Get your priorities straight and realise you want emotion so clear you can put it down on paper and say, I want.
Don't be recognised by the world.
Don't be a person for whom the applause of the world is the goal.
Rage will never win.
They will applaud you one day and curse you the next. Sunday and Friday are beautiful illustrations of this. Your mind, I know better. Blow it out.
Become alive again.
Virtually none of you are able to do this. The mind is not able.
Have no hope.
Your mind, give it to other people.
I am.
Tell people to love very few people. Yourself, when you were a teenager, your body is not how you want it to be.
It is in the image.
I've watched many people who were teenagers when they first came.
Some of them are now grey.
Some have deep faces and circles. Their eyes make me wonder why.
This has happened somewhere out there.
The people do not avail themselves.
Transform themselves.
Change their way of thinking.
Doing.
Partake of the symbolic.
Just start walking down the street with your eyes open. Pay attention to what you see. And remember it. You don't have to join a group. You don't have to be alienated in a struggle to escape or to defeat or to overthrow alienation. That's what the situation is for saying.
About that thing about Superman, that's quite good. Did you do that?
Philosophy is bullshit anyway, because it's just the intellectualisation of capitalism anyway.
Oh, you're from the neighborhood. Hey, you want to go for a ride?
No, thanks.
No thanks. What does that mean?
I don't want to go.
Go where?
For a ride.
A ride. Hell, that's a good idea. Okay, let's go.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night, just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is all right. I close my eyes.
Every group I'd seen in that evening had been on stage because they wanted to be in rock and roll. They wanted to be in a band. They wanted to put records out. And this group were on stage because they had no choice.
All right, man. All right.
The music of punk rock was only one aspect, and for me, not a major aspect. It wasn't as if they were creating music that was that original. It had an authenticity about it because it seemed to be played by amateurs. And I promoted the fact that it was better not to play than to be able to play. It seemed cooler.
But to my real credit, only I know 533 bands I did put on television. I was right about every single in the world.
And they've always tried to police it, channel it, throw it into workhouses, yuppify it, teach it, and now and again the mob breaks out. Now we have warehouses where once people sweated in Dickensian conditions, filled with kids dancing the nights away. That itself just gives you the inkling that mob could begin to reclaim all kinds of areas.
Mind becomes most high. There is much I will say in the year about doing the exercises.
Serious in this area.
Let me say one thing now.
You do your daily work.
You see your work as an end, as a means of evolution. Work is not something. Work is to become, to be something.
It is not about getting a concept at all.
In order to see the shining, do not expect anything in a year of progress.
Love hurts.
Never in love another or another animal.
We would rather be the lamb that is led to the slaughter than have our rights.
We would rather take the lower place in love.
We have to go down.
This moment is past. You can't change the past nor visit again.
You have to suffer.
You have to experience.
Embrace the lies.
Make better our next past.
Because of giving.
Because of forgiving.
Our words, actions.
And thoughts, all that goes with them.
The souls around you.
This coming year will not be in this world.
Our people, who are with determination, take upon themselves certain disciplines in order to change direction so that they can give in to their impulses.
When I give you this year, I'm very serious. Realise that before us are those who really want to become a tool in the hand.
I do not want you to wish me a happy new year because I do not believe your prayers.
Be most deeply in every way. That means clearing the toilets or the altar. You have to support. Bring the message to those around us no longer just. It has now reached further and further.
There are few people left who can do the task.
Responsibility has fallen upon the need of those who are waiting and those who are ready. I beg you as your teacher, but also I ask you to do these things for the sake of them. Do not do them because you get applause or because you will be thanked. For most likely you will not.
You will be ignored. You will not even be seen.
Do them for the sake of those who will walk in the light upon this earth. His eye is on the sparrow.
And I know he watches me.
And I didn't find any real parallels in other kinds of rock and roll with that. That's why it led me away from rock and roll into European political traditions, religious traditions, heretical traditions, anarchist traditions.
This book now comes out at a time when situationism, the obscure phenomenon that some few of us have been in love with for many years, and one or two people actually acted out on. Have you now found out what Anarchy UK had in common with Sly Stone or with Elvis Presley?
What I found was that there was a no in the Sex Pistols music, a negative, a refusal that was enormously strong and enormously deep. And I didn't find any real parallels in other kinds of rock and roll.
Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. Oh, don't worry, you'll be all right. Rest easy, son. You've had a busy day. You're fortunate to be all in one piece.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
The Junlan wastes are not to be traveled lightly.
And so, that was Radio On. The text was taken from Goat Island. The man in the voice was Steve Hillman. The woman in the voice was Beki Valentine. Man at the controls was Sonskrif Sound. Whatever happened to Somnambulist Internationale?
Here we go. That's right. Again. Bye-bye.